to another
Wednesday night.
Another Wednesday night. And like we said, we didn't break our promise.
Nope.
We have Sarah with us. Woo-hoo. This is awesome. And I'm just happy that you just said that you'd be with us this month.
Yeah, I've seriously felt so welcomed.
Well, that's good.
welcome.
You are welcomed.
Anytime.
And we're happy that, I know you're happy at home. We're all happy that you're with us. But last week, we're getting to know, like our theme, as you can see, is focus. And we're focusing on Jesus. But also, we can focus on other things as well. And last week, we focused a little bit at the beginning on you. We learned some stuff about Sarah. We learned her favorite color, which I learned it's light blue, like a sky blue.
Like a sky
blue. That's
sky
pretty.
Blue. That's
not
pretty.
Not the like navy dark blue.
No.
Or if I remember, this is the tricky one because she twisted it on us. Remember that?
I gave detail.
Sapphire?
Yes.
Yeah. Sapphire. That's pretty. That's pretty.
It's pretty.
So we've been focusing, getting to know you more for 5-6 and being a part of 5-6.
Right.
We want you guys to be a part of that. But here's another thing. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you ready? This is a question.
Do I just stretch real quick?
No.
Okay.
Well,
the brain muscles.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a cool question. This is to get to know Sarah a lot better, okay? What is your entry song? Like your pump-up song? When you have that song, when you enter any room, you have that song played as your kind of like your theme song. Do you know what that would be?
Yes. Okay,
Ooh,
Wow.
That's
you
impressive.
would think that, because I'm competitive.
You are competitive.
I would have We Are the Champions, right?
Yes.
But
That's a good song.
really, when I walk into a room, in my head, I want to have something fun.
Ooh, fun.
Something
Well,
fun.
you're fun. That makes sense. I get that.
Something that's fun to me are Sundays.
Sundays are... I agree.
Good day of the week. Good day of the week.
Great day of the week. There's a song, today's Wednesday, but there's a song called Sunday Best.
Ooh, Sunday Best.
Yes.
Who is it by?
By Surfaces.
Surfaces.
Clean your surfaces.
Clean all your surfaces.
All of them.
Clean up the house.
Should be used to that by now.
Yes. So Sunday, Sunday Best.
Yeah.
Sunday Best by Surfaces.
Yes.
I have an idea.
What's up?
I know we just did like the intro and we said good evening Heights kids and everything.
Yeah.
But it's the entry song.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's Sarah's entry song. So we're going to rewind it a little bit and we're going to have the entry of you coming in to your entry song.
I've always wanted this.
Yeah. So this is
always in my head.
Yeah. Roll out the red carpet for Sarah.
Well, you guys too.
Well, we get to be a part of it.
Yeah.
We get to enjoy, and you at home get to enjoy Sarah's entry song. So
That's right.
what that means is we're standing up. You guys need to stand up and get ready because I think it's going to be some jiving going on, some dancing.
It's fun. You're going to do the head bob a little bit.
You're going to head bob a little bit. Feel good.
All right.
You're going to want to put some shades on.
Ooh, shades.
Oh, perfect.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So hang tight. Sarah, why don't you just go ahead and go, and we'll set that up right on now.
Perfect.
All right.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge.
Sarah, that was awesome. That was fun. That is.
I know. The glasses, the hat, you just come in like your Sunday best.
Yeah,
That's right.
No
we
stress.
need to build a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just hit play when you come in.
Kind of like a boombox.
Yeah. With
You
a
guys
lot
know what
less.
that
You
is?
know what that is?
I don't know. Look it up.
A little outdated.
A little outdated. But it's still cool. It's still cool.
Still really cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
You
Thank
know,
you for sharing your favorite intro song.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Absolutely.
and it kept on saying feeling good. It actually made me feel
And
good.
then you're ready for the day.
That's right.
Feel good, and you're like, all right, here we go. I'm ready to focus.
So hopefully you're feeling ready for the rest of the night.
That's right.
Thanks to Sarah helping us all feel ready, feeling our Sunday best.
I knew there was a reason we invited you.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
just, you just keep on just growing and showing us more.
Surprise.
And you're going to have to wait till next week because we're going to have something else to ask you next week. So
Gotta keep
we just
tuned
keep on
in.
getting to know Sarah more
That's
and
right.
more, and we're focusing on you, knowing you. But, you know, like we said at the beginning, we can focus on other things, and most importantly is focusing on Jesus.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
when we focus on Jesus, it helps build our faith.
That's right.
And that is our life app for this whole month. And faith is this: trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see.
That's right.
So again, that's such a great way to think about it. I've heard it so many times now,
Right.
but each time we say it and we hear it, I'm like, oh, that is such a great way. It helps me, and just saying it helps me build my faith. And so I encourage you guys, you can play it back and like even try to memorize this. And so those are really important things to help build your faith and grow closer to Jesus, which is what we all want.
Right. There's a lot of things out there actually that we don't see that we have faith in.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like gravity.
Gravity. Ooh, that's a great one.
I can't
Do you see gravity?
No, I can't.
Do you rely on gravity?
I feel like we
I think
do.
I just experienced it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just jump.
So that's just one example of what we trust in it, even
Yes.
though we don't see it.
That's a perfect example. Thank you.
Yeah.
And think of some other things. Maybe
That's
you
right.
can even comment down below some other things that maybe you know is there, but you don't see it.
But you still have faith in it.
But you have that faith in
That's
it.
right.
And those are different things. And what's so great is also points us to God.
That's right.
Because God created that. I mean, that's good. I'm glad he did, because we would be
we'd be
floating
floating
off
around.
and yeah, it would be weird.
would be
I mean,
weird.
it might be fun at first, but then I think it would get old.
Yeah.
It'd get old.
I agree.
And so there's so many things out in the world where we can see God's hand and how he shows
That's right.
his love to us, and we can build our faith when we see those things in him.
That's right. We just got to focus on it.
Got to focus on it.
focus.
That's right.
All right, we're going to move into our verse.
We have a verse of the month. All right. So our verse this month is Ephesians 2:8.
8.
Ephesians 2:8.
2:8.
All right. So here it is. You guys ready to follow along?
They need to stand up.
Oh, that's right.
They need to stand up.
You gotta be engaged.
You got to be engaged in this.
So
That's
stand
right.
up with us.
That's right.
We're standing.
Everybody up.
Stand up with us.
Everybody
Got the
up.
legs.
All right.
Yes.
So Ephesians 2:8. God's grace has saved you because of your faith in Christ. Your salvation doesn't come from anything you do. It's God's gift.
That's beautiful.
Ephesians 2:8.
That's right.
So
Great verse.
memorize that. And we want you guys to have that memorized. And next week,
Hold it to your heart.
hold it to your heart and
Yeah.
see if next week you guys can do it without looking at the screen.
That's right. That would be a good test.
That would be a good
Got to
test.
focus on that verse.
So if you want to say, I really want to be able to do it without seeing it, and you're focusing on it, then you can play it back and keep on
That's right.
working on it. And we even have it in the comments down below. You can go there and you can look up that verse, and you can do that. You can even maybe write it down,
Yeah.
put a sticky note on your mirror,
Really highlight it.
highlight it in your Bible.
Color.
Ooh, light blue.
Light blue.
Right there. And you have it, and then you can work on memorizing
That's
it.
right.
And maybe even by next week, you'll be able to close your eyes and have
right.
that memorized.
That'd be awesome.
So,
Absolutely.
next fun and exciting thing that we are going to move on to, fun and exciting,
What?
is we have a game for you.
All
So stay
right.
tuned.
Who doesn't like games?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So stay tuned, because here comes our game. are back. That was fun. And our next thing that we are going to be moving into is Erica. Erica's gonna still be with us. Okay. We have Erica. We have our singing and worship. We've already kind of got the blood flowing next to you. Thanks to you.
We got amped up.
We got amped up. Yes. So we got a couple songs again.
Cool.
Cool 2 songs coming again. And we have our lesson.
All right. Perfect.
So stay tuned because here comes all that fun and exciting stuff.
Don't leave us.
I got questions running through my mind when I can't see, and I wonder why I got so much faith inside, but sometimes it collides with my fears and doubts, and I need help to trust when I'm blinded by what I cannot see, but the evidence in front of me helps me to believe, to believe, to believe.
You got this! You got this! You got this! You have got this! Yay! Yeah! Now we're focused. Hey everyone, it's Erica. You might be wondering what I'm doing talking to myself in the mirror. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Well, I decided I needed a little encouragement because it's been sort of a hard week. You see, a few days ago, my aunt was stuck at home with a broken leg. So I took some soup to her house, but then her dog peed on my shoe. And then I slipped and spilled the soup all over the place. And then the next day, I was walking home from the library and a car drove through a puddle next to me and splashed water all over me and all over my library book. Are you kidding me? Then, yesterday, I tripped over a sleeping cat and I fell into a prickly rose bush. Ow. So, it's been one of those weeks. And I'm trying to encourage myself to have a better day. But it's going to take faith. Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. So even though I still have a few scratches from yesterday's catastrophe, I have faith that today will be better. See? It's better already! Today's story is all about some people who are having a bad week. Actually, several weeks. And okay, maybe they had bigger problems than spilled soup, a wet library book, and a thorny rose bush. But my week was still pretty bad. I'll see you when the storm passes. That'll make sense after the story.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapters 27 and 28.
Paul faced many difficult days because he taught so boldly about Jesus. He was beaten, made fun of, thrown into jail, and run out of town. At last, in Jerusalem, Paul was arrested by Roman soldiers after a mob tried to kill him.
He speaks against our law!
Get rid of that guy!
Paul paced in his prison cell. The Lord stood next to him.
Be brave. You have told people about me in Jerusalem. You must do the same in Rome.
Because a group of Jews were plotting to kill him, Paul was taken to the governor in Caesarea. From there, he was ordered to Rome to stand trial before Caesar. Then, he was handed off to a Roman commander for the sea journey.
I am Julius of the Imperial Guard. I am very imperious, but also a reasonable human being.
Glad to hear it. Julius allowed Paul to visit with friends as they stopped at the port city of Sidon. From there, they sailed around Cyprus, transferred to a ship from Egypt, carrying grain to Italy. The ship fought against the wind for many days until they arrived in a town on the island of Crete called Fair Havens. It was already well into October, a risky time for sea travel.
Men, I can see that our trip is going to be dangerous. The ship will be lost and our own lives will be in danger.
A reasonable concern.
The pilot and ship's owner wanted to reach a better harbor for the winter.
Pish posh. We can make it to Phoenix.
Well,
Feel that? Gentle southerly breeze. Perfection.
we leave at once.
Anchors away!
But very soon, the gentle breeze transformed. Within a short time, the wind beat against the ship with the strength of a hurricane. The pilot gave up fighting the gale.
Hoist the lifeboat! Secure ropes around the bow! Jettison the cargo!
In the midst of the chaos, the Lord sent an angel to Paul. The next morning, Paul withstood the storm to encourage the crew and passengers. 276 people.
First, not to say I told you so, but I told you so. Second, not a problem. Last night an angel from God told me, do not be afraid, Paul. You must go on trial in front of Caesar. God has shown his grace by sparing the lives of all those sailing with you. But we must run the ship onto an island.
On the 14th night of the storm, the sailors realized they were nearing land. The water's only 90 feet deep here!
Drop the anchor!
The crew was so afraid of crashing against the rocks that they lowered the lifeboats, planning to escape and leave the passengers.
Julius, these men must stay with the ship. If they don't, you can't be saved.
A reasonable request. Cut the ropes.
The soldiers cut the ropes so the crew could not escape. Just before dawn, Paul gathered everyone on board, shouting above the wind.
Not a problem. None of you will lose a single hair from your head. Now, I'm asking you to eat so you can live.
Paul took bread and thanked God. He then broke the bread and ate it. Everyone was filled with hope while they had some food to eat as the gray morning dawned.
There's the beach. Lift the anchors and we'll run her aground.
But as the pilot steered desperately for shore, the ship hit a sandbar and began to break into pieces. The soldiers were planning to kill Paul and the other prisoners to keep them from swimming to freedom.
Stop! Don't hurt them! Paul must live! Everyone overboard! Swim to land or grab a piece of the wreckage!
Miraculously, everyone made it to shore, just as God had promised.
Welcome to Malta.
The people of Malta were unusually kind as they built a fire to welcome this large group of wet and stranded visitors.
I'll fetch some more firewood.
Paul tossed sticks into the fire. Then, a deadly snake slithered out and sunk his teeth into Paul's hand.
This man must be a murderer. The gods won't let him live.
Not a problem. Totally fine.
Paul simply shook the snake into the fire. When the people saw he was unharmed, they decided he was a god. Publius, a chief official, welcomed Paul and the others into his home.
Take whatever you need.
Paul discovered that Publius, his father, was very sick, so he prayed.
Jesus, please, heal this man.
Publius, his father, was made well. All the sick people on the island flocked to see Paul, and they too were healed. Paul had so much respect on Malta that when it was time to leave, the people of Malta gave him all the supplies they needed.
Bon voyage!
At long last, Paul neared Rome. The believers had heard he was on his way and traveled to meet him.
Welcome to Rome. I thank God for you all.
In Rome, Paul was allowed to live in his own home, under guard. For 2 years, he welcomed anyone who came to see him. He told Jews and Gentiles alike the good news of Jesus, just as God promised he would.
So, a shipwreck is probably worse than tripping on a cat, but a bad week is a bad week. And the important thing to realize is that we all have problems, and we all get to choose how we react to those problems. Paul chose to trust that God was with him no matter what he was going through. You see, Paul understood that God had a bigger plan. Ever since Paul came to know Jesus as God's son, he had devoted his life to telling others about Jesus. And Paul knew that no matter what problems he faced, they were worth it if it helped him spread the good news of Jesus to the world. So Paul didn't necessarily focus on the storm, the shipwreck, and the snake bite like they were problems. Instead, he trusted that God was leading him somewhere. He trusted that God had a plan. And Paul's not the only person who can change focus like that. We can too! When we hope and trust in Jesus, it can change how we look at our problems. That's the one thing to remember today. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see your problems. When you're having one of those weeks, or months, or years, or whenever we have a problem, sometimes the bad stuff is all we can focus on. But when you know that God has a plan and that Jesus is always with you, it can help take the focus off yourself and put your focus on Him. Whenever you're facing tough situations, remembering that God is with you can make it less hard or scary. So don't forget, God has got this. See you next time. Bye.
Sometimes the road ahead can be so rough. You are the reason why I don't give up. 'Cause even when it's hard to see, I still believe. So I'm gonna trust your love no matter what. Gonna live my life for you, live my life
Welcome back.
Yes.
What a great story.
That is a great story.
It is a great story.
I like that.
Yeah, and like they said in the story, we can't see God, right? But we can decide to put our faith in God when we discover how great He is and how much He loves us.
Right.
We can look at the ways God has worked in people's lives all throughout the Bible.
Yeah.
And all those difficult things kept happening to Paul. How was he able to keep going? Well, he knew that God was with him. He was determined to continue to do what God had called him to do.
Yeah.
Share the good news about Jesus. Because Paul trusted God, he could face his problems without being worried.
Yeah.
Paul understood that Jesus is the one who God's big story is all about. He understood that no matter what problems he faced, it was worth it for him to tell the whole world about Jesus.
Amen.
And that's a great way, both of you guys, what you're sharing about is a great way for us to think about our bottom line. Like the takeaway. I mean, these are all good things for us all. We want to always remember these things. But sometimes to help us remember things, we use the bottom line to kind of jog our memory. And so our bottom line is a good one for us to kind of also focus on.
That's right. That's right.
And our bottom line for this week says this, all right? So you're going to point to your head like this.
All right.
Because the first part is knowing. So you're using your brain skills right here.
No.
All right. Knowing Jesus.
Jesus, okay.
Which we know this one now really well. Changes. Okay. If you're not already standing up, you better be standing up.
That's
right.
You should be standing up, okay? But you need to be standing up. We're going to give you a chance to stand on up because changes, you're going to turn around. Just like that. That's fun. All right. So knowing Jesus changes the way you, so you're going to point to yourself.
Okay.
All right. See. So you point towards your eyes. It's not the knowing. It's like this. Pointing towards your eyes.
Okay.
See your, and then problems is the last part.
Okay.
Now problems, you're going to make a fist like this and make another fist like this.
Okay.
And they're going to kind of bump like that. Now, we're not encouraging fighting, but sometimes problems are difficult. And this is kind of a way to think of a difficult problem. Okay?
Got it.
So,
You got it.
we're going to put that all together so you can see it all at once, and then we're going to bring the slide up and you can do it at home.
Perfect.
All right? So, starting with this. Ready? Knowing Jesus changes the way you see your problems. Good job. That was cool. That's fun.
Well,
That was good.
yeah,
All right.
Good bottom line.
We're going to bring the slide up and you're going to do it at home.
right.
So here it comes. Ready? Knowing Jesus changes the way you see your problems. Good job. Hope you guys did it at home.
Good job,
it's
guys.
It's a great way to kind of focus in on all of today's lesson. Now, last week, we actually asked all of them at home, if you want to know Jesus more, to comment down below and say, I want to know more. You type in there, I want to know more. And you can do that still. We want to encourage you guys at home. If you're sitting here and saying, I want to know more, I want to be bold like Paul was and be able to know, even when problems are coming, I want to have that faith. If you want to know more, comment down.
That's right.
I want to know more.
Right.
And next month, we are doing baptism.
That's right. Cool.
That's exciting. That's
right.
fun
Really
stuff.
exciting.
That is fun stuff.
Now I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is cool stuff.
Yeah.
And if you are at home saying, you know what, I've accepted Jesus and I want to be baptized and I haven't done that, you can also comment down below and say, I want to be baptized.
That'd be awesome.
And we'll also reach out to you and we can help you get set up in classes. We're going to be setting up classes.
Yes.
You're going to be setting up classes as well.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a Sunday. We'll let you know and what Sunday it is. It's usually always at the end of the month.
Okay.
And we'll work out some details on how we can help you get baptized.
That's right.
And that's fun.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We enjoy that.
Oh, absolutely.
and so those are things that you can be thinking about, like, I want to know more about Jesus, or I want to be baptized. Comment those down below.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
And we want to hear from him, and we'll reach out to you and talk to you about that. You guys, we've had a good night. This is
Another great night.
A fun time.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've had Sarah with us, and it's not even done because we have next week with Sarah.
That's right.
It's just, So we have another great week this month, so keep staying tuned.
That's right.
And tell your friends.
Share
Tell
this link
all-
everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody, all across the nation.
There you go.
Across the world.
There you go. White stop.
Everywhere.
White
What
stop.
about the universe?
There you
the
go.
moon.
The moon.
The moon. Yeah, send it to the moon. There you go. Guys, we love you guys. Have a great night.
See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah, hey, every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's